Is it okay? Is it okay? I guess so. Anyway, I know I'm supposed to mention what I'm going to be talking about in this video in the first 20 seconds of making the video. That's what all the YouTube creators say. But that's not how this works here. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I have a rough idea. All my audience members who are expecting daily-ish videos, it looks like I'm letting you guys down. But what I'm actually doing is making this YouTube channel so much better. As much as I desire to be prolific, notice how I don't say productive, because that productivity mindset, it's like clapping on the 1 and the 3. It's for me, like some people like that mindset and get excited for that mindset, but that mindset for me in this body is clapping on the 1 and the 3. In order for me to clap on the 2 and the 4, okay, I have to root myself, care for myself deeply, and produce content that actually has meaning. There is some deep roots involved in the content that I'm about to share. First of all, let me say that I've never been one to really look for a diagnosis for myself. I've never been one to really think that I have some mental condition, because I feel quite capable, and I've always felt quite capable of handling my mental health. This capable feeling sort of blinds me to some of my deepest pains. I've been kind of afraid or ashamed of the things that I haven't really figured out yet. Those are the things that I don't talk about. And I feel like there's a good reason for that, especially in public, especially having a public YouTube channel and a public Instagram. Those things that I don't have a neat bow on tend to be things that I don't really talk about with anyone. I don't know if it's patriarchal. It probably is patriarchal, but also part of the narrative of being a Black woman, of having everything together, being this face of motivating other people and keeping other people lifted. To talk about your own problems is hard and also not necessary with the public anyway. But the reason why I'm coming out in public and talking about my mental health is because, honestly, it's because I feel so capable of handling whatever comes from that. I never worry about whether or not I'm going to be okay. Like, I know I'm going to be okay. I have problems, but I know I'm going to be okay. And that's a very deep knowing. So I share myself with you all because I'm strong enough to. And I am very aware of what people might think or people might say. And I know that presenting certain things and talking about them is helpful to people. My strongest perspective as an artist is my lived experience. It's not what I've read in books. And my entire YouTube channel is going to be based in my lived experience. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about. I think I'm going to turn on this light. Oh, that's kind of bright. It's a little too bright. Shame for me is something I feel on a consistent basis. So my suspicion about why I have it is, and I know it's something a lot of Black kids go through, getting punished and physical discipline. It is something in our generational trauma that is a fact. It still exists. There are still people who believe in it. It is traumatizing, and it doesn't do anything beneficial to a child. I think specifically it was that as a younger child, it was that I didn't always understand why what I did was wrong. That kind of changed my nervous system as a child to not know when I'm going to be punished. That feeling turns into shame because you don't know what it is about you that makes you worthy of beatings and blah, 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 blah. Again, I love my parents. My parents love me. Shame thrives in the dark, and I'm doing this for my own healing, really. The biggest proof that I have of talking about things and being released by them because you're able to talk about them is when I came out and talked about when I came out and talked about the abuse I experienced in a relationship. Man, I just unloaded a lot. I had been holding on to that relationship, like all the pain that happened in that relationship, for a year and a half before I spoke up about it. And when I did, it was a giant release. It was a huge release. And I felt so light and so supported. And I'd never experienced anything like that before in my life. And it just goes to show, honestly, just how painful it is to carry other people's shit for them and how liberating it is to not hold it anymore. Shame is a curse. It's a curse. And I know that's really dramatic. Shame does not just organically grow in a child. It is given to them. I'm just going to check in with myself a little bit because this is hard. Trust becomes very fraught. My constant fear is that I'm going to be betrayed. And betrayal to me is a sudden realization that someone does not actually care about my feelings. Therefore, someone doesn't actually care about me. Any sort of sense of betrayal then becomes intense anger. That intense anger usually gets projected out. It's kind of a nice little thunderstorm now, isn't it? I like it. I'm distracting myself again. I didn't have the language to describe what was happening to me in the moment when I would get to those intense bursts of anger. And then I would calm down and I would try to explain what happened. When someone doesn't have the hardware to really sit with your pain and sit with you on a deeper level and really try to understand you in the same way you try to understand them or you try to understand yourself, shit just gets misunderstood. And not giving myself an excuse to say that it was okay to lose control or that that's okay in a relationship. When something like that happens and someone takes those moments of intense anger and says, that's actually who you are, you're really showing your true colors, that is not conducive to healing. Now I'm with a man who isn't afraid of me. He calls me Baby Jack Jack from The Incredibles. We've had some really deep talks about how to de-escalate. Basically, we have a whole plan on what happens. It hasn't happened in a long time because I think the last time we spoke about it was really illuminating. And now that I have language to support what is actually happening, we have even more tools to address it, deal with it, and heal it. So I'm making this video really to let other people know that they're not alone, and that maybe if you've never heard of c-ptsd, to look into it and to find the tools that you need and the support that you need for it. I guess that's kind of it. That's kind of all I wanted to say. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Let me just try it. I mean, like, listen, guys. It's hot. Oh, wait, but this is way up. Because we're working and out. Okay, well, now you can see, like, this cool mask thing, but it's still a little, like, you know what I'm saying?